ho, ho! Merry Christmas to you all, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. Oh, in winter time, Christmas time is the perfect time for a peaty whiskey. Now, today I would like to talk to you about Caol Ila and the Caol Ila Distillery Exclusive of 2017. When I visited the distillery last September, there was no possibility to have a distillery tour because they were in fact in the process of replacing one of the stills. Now, the distillery manager must have seen the disappointment on our faces when he told us no tours today, and we were like, so he immediately invited us into the visitor center and said, well, let me host you to a private tasting. And we were able to try very few, no, not very few, we were very select whiskies from Caol Ila, and it has to be said, no Caol Ila ever disappoints. If there's one thing you can say about Caol Ila, it's that they are very consistent in quality. Now, when he presented this one, the Distillery Exclusive 2017, I have to be honest, I was a little bit skeptical because it is for the first time that in the mix, Caol Ila used spirit that has matured on red wine casks. Caol Ila on red wine casks? Wow, that's a first. And I was skeptical, I admit. But once we had finished our tasting and we had tried several beautiful Caol Ilas, this one came out on top for me. This was my personal favorite, so I decided to take it home with me. And here we are today. And that's the one I would like to talk to you about today. Let me just get rid of some of these snowflakes inside my glass. It's going to be a bit chilly. It's got nothing to do with the spirit, but everything with the surrounding temperatures here. Oh, and my candle is already gone out. Whatever, I tried to get some atmosphere in here. Oh, this one still works. There we go. Right. Ooh. Now, luckily, it's going to warm us up a bit because this is bottled at a whopping 58.8% ABV. Oh, 58.8. That's quite impressive. There we go. All right, Caol Ila Distillery Exclusive 2017. So basically that does mean that you can only get it at the distillery shop when you visit them. Although, to be honest, I've seen it left and right pop up somewhere, and even on auction sites you might be able to grab one of these, and you might want to do that. Look at that beautiful color, especially today against this beautiful white snow. You can see that it's got this very deep golden sheen, and that's probably a little bit from the red wine casks in the mix. But it is chilly, isn't it? Which means that my dram will be quite chilly as well. So this old golden liquid comes down the glass very slowly, meaning a full body. It's also got well, maybe it's the snow, maybe it's the chili, because it seems to come down rather quickly actually. But probably that is the high alcohol content. Now let's give this one a go on the nose. Well, I do get some iodine, some seaweed, some oyster sap, some wet earth, so all of these classic, typical Caol Ila characteristics are in there. But I also get some, now, be careful now, I get some roast beef, I get some rhubarb. It's actually quite umami. I get a mildly sour touch, that must be from the red wine. As if there's some nettles in there. Some raw potatoes, I kid you not, and some red berries. Very complex, very atypical actually, but very soothing and inviting. Simply delicious on the palate then. Boom! It is a taste bomb. It is a bomb in your mouth, and I'm sure that the almost 59% ABV has got something to do with that. But again, it is a bomb with all of the classic Caol Ila traits, but loads of ashes in there, loads of ashes. Wow! But again, some atypical, charming flavors. Basically, red fruit. I get some strawberries, even some raspberries, and it is mildly smoky. With the peat does show itself. It rears its head, but it does so in a supporting role. It leaves the footlight to all the red fruit in there, making this a Caol Ila with no peer. This is a wow experience on the finish then. Again, medium long, very warm, soothing, ashes, but again with the emphasis on the sweet side of this Caol Ila, the sweet and fruity side, the red fruity side of this Caol Ila. Now, wow, I'm truly impressed. I was already in September when I tasted it for the first time at the distillery. Sorry, but it's really freezing out here. And I was very impressed. I was very impressed indeed. So I was very happy that I took one of these bottlings along to bring home with me to try during this festive season, because if there's one period that is ideal for a winter dram, it is the winter time. So wishing you all a Merry Christmas from Belgium, and I hope to see you soon at one of the next Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. And that's all for this one. Merry Christmas. Bye bye. Ho ho ho.